Hey guys, welcome back to another Daily Dose of Done. Today's episode is about growth. Looking back at our lives, looking at our goals, looking at our future, where do we want to go? And even with myself, I'm overwhelmed a little bit today in a very healthy way, like in a positive way. I'm just overcome with gratitude for my growth. Just reflecting back on where I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was living in Vegas. I was, partying. Actually, I guess I'd stopped then because I really wasn't partying after my son was born. But I wasn't being the dad that I am now. I wasn't being as responsible as I am now. My son was still a huge priority in my life, but I feel like I've just grown a lot. I mean, as one should in 10 years. But just to see where I'm at now, of course, I wish I had started earlier in my path of success. And I'd had a lot of success. I mean, I bought my first house at 19. I bought my second house at 21. And then 2008 hit and, had to lose the house and kind of went down a path of irresponsibility, just kind of partying. I was in my 20s, mid 20s, and I went on the reality TV series on MTV. And so then that kind of led me down a path of partying and just, living my life, which no regrets. I had a lot of fun. I did a lot of good things. And from that came my son. So, again, no regrets with that, but still, of course, in hindsight, we always look at it, man, I wish I'd done this. I got started early. Like now I'm doing stock trading, right? And I'm like, oh, I wish I'd started when I was 18 or 20 or whatever. I would be, 20 years deep into it now and I would be so much better. And honestly, I'm doing fantastic, all things considered. But it's important that we look to the happy things and the positive things that are happening in our lives and not live in regret, not live so much looking in the rearview mirror and using that windshield to look more forward to the future. And so as I was kind of processing and thinking about all the growth that I've had and where I'm at now and even just in the past 6 months, 3 months even, where my life has taken a turn for such a positive direction, I'm just super grateful. And yeah, I kind of wanted to reflect on that today because I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wow, I'm doing really good. Like, I mean, I even just took like some notes. I said, I'm so proud of myself that I'm not partying or getting distracted with social media or watching TV. Instead, I'm reading books, I'm learning languages, I'm getting a college education, I'm in therapy, I'm buying and starting businesses, I'm learning new skills, 3D printing, stock trading, OpenClaw vibe coding, because now I'm creating stuff on my OpenClaw and created an app and I have a stock tracker and doing lots of cool stuff with that too. So really excited about that. And, I finally started this YouTube channel. I've been putting off, not even putting off intentionally. It's something I wanted to do for a long time. And it's just, you just keep planning, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And you just, just like people, I'm going to start the diet. I'm going to start this. I'm going to start the business. I'm going to start pursuing this. And then we don't. And then years pass by and you're like, where did that dream ever go? So I think a lot of times being out partying, drinking, hungover, those are distractions. You social media, you get caught in the doom scrolling session, and before you know it, the day's gone by. You're like, wait, I started scrolling and now it's nighttime? So, it can get away from us so quickly. And then it's just another day wasted. And then you have, if you're not independent and an entrepreneur or whatever, you have your regular work week, then that's pulling you away from you being able to pursue a lot of your goals too, because when you're done working after a long, hard day, you're sometimes too exhausted to really pursue much of anything. So these are the decisions that I'm making that I can see exponentially. It will grow to be something extremely positive. This is the recipe I would give somebody if I was saying, hey, you want to be successful? This is what you should do. And so I'm basically following that blueprint that I would give somebody else. And so that's what makes me really excited about it. There's a lot of books out of this, habit forming books, and, the compound effect of just investing in yourself and putting this time in. And if I even just put an hour a day into something, that's going to put me in the top 1% of it in just a few years, as long as I consistently dedicate myself to doing that. And these things that I just read off to you, those are the things that I'm doing every single day. There's not a day that I'm not pursuing my dreams and my goals. And because I'm living a sober life, and it's been 2 years since I drank, I wish 2 years. Did I say 2 years? 2 months. Feels like 2 years. But yeah, it's been really good. I'm in shape. My abs, have come back. I'm looking good. And yeah, I feel healthy. The brain fog is gone. All I did was cut out alcohol and pork. Who would have known? Who would have thought? But yeah, it's just cool to be able to be present and be pursuing my dreams and be doing something healthy that I know is going to really change the trajectory of my future. in a significantly impactful way. And it's not to say I'll never party again. I mean, we're going out tonight. It's my friend Gabe's birthday party. We're celebrating his 39th birthday. It's prom style, so we're going to get dressed up like we're going to the prom. And actually, 3D printed him something cool. He has a dog. Let me show you. I put it. Oh, bringing my talents to this. So, 3D printed him his dog, his current dog, Leia, sorry, and then named after Princess Leia, and then his dog that he had before that was Lando, another Star Wars character. But they both look like the same dog, so I'm like, oh, it's for both, you know. Anyhow, yeah, just doing stuff like that, doing thoughtful things for friends that I might otherwise not have had the time to do or the desire to do, or been, you know, maybe too hungover to even think of something thoughtful like that. So it's just nice to be in a healthy mindset and a healthy place. And we're going to go out tonight. We're not going to drink, and just going to be present. So that'll be cool. No, the really cool thing is I'm going to remember everything that happened tonight. So that's cool too. But yeah, that's all I would do. Is I would, you know, today I guess is just meant to encourage you guys to look for those things. Look for those things in our lives. You know, we can always want to be better and do better and have more, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what have you done now? What are you doing now that you can be grateful for, that can inspire you and motivate you to continue to pursue the things that you want in your life? And what distractions, you know, if you're going to have a coming to Jesus talk with yourself and say, you know, what distractions are pulling me from pursuing the things that I know I want most? Because when time does go, you know, if it is 5 years, 10 years from now, and you're further down the line, you're like, dang it, why didn't I pursue that? You just don't want to live in that regret, you know, and the things that I'm choosing are completely healthy. They're completely positive. They're completely good. They're going to help me escape the rat race and retire early, because now I have all these different avenues and sources of income and this extra knowledge that I've acquired, and, you know, all the things that I've learned from these books that I'm reading. And it's just all good stuff, you know? So that's the kind of thing, like I said, I would highly encourage you guys to look for those things and find those opportunities where, hey, I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to go left instead of where I would normally go right. Or maybe I'm going to go right and do the right thing instead of normally go left, which is, you know, drinking or binging or whatever the heck it is that might be pulling you away from it. Even just watching TV. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I loved watching TV because it would just kind of, after a long day, be able to kind of just mindlessly zone out, tune out to the rest of the world and escape through some good TV show. And I do really enjoy those things. I like it. But is there a part of me that misses it? Not really. Like, honestly, I'm now, when it's like, hey, let's get on. I have this opportunity, instead of me watching a movie, it's like, let's watch something educational on YouTube. Let's learn a new trading strategy. Let's, you know, find some more things that I can print. Let's invest in this in my college education. There's a lot of different things. You know, let me learn more about OpenClaw and coding. And now I'm learning like JSON and vibe coding, and learning how to not only talk to the AI to get what I want, but also how to modify it and even do coding myself. Which it's been years. It's been 20 years since I've done any C++. Well, it's not C++ now. I'm doing JSON and, you know, JavaScript, but still, coding is like not something I've done for a really long time. But it's cool. It makes me feel smart. It makes me feel like I'm actually creating something instead of just copying and pasting everything. But anyhow, I encourage you guys to pursue your dreams, pursue your passions. I promise you won't regret pursuing them. The only thing that we regret is not pursuing them and not doing things. And again, if these things bring you joy, like watching TV or partying or drinking, then do it in moderation. You don't have to watch TV every night or go out drinking every weekend. You know, pick and choose. If you dedicate even just a little bit of your time to your dreams and your goals, that's putting you one step closer to making those a reality. And then what you'll do is you'll start picking up momentum. Have you ever been so tired and lazy you didn't want to clean up the house, and you didn't really want to do anything? You had a bunch of things on your to-do list that you didn't get checked off, and you're like, you're just procrastinating and postponing and putting them off. And then something lights a fire under your ass, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna start doing this. Then you do one thing, and then another thing. Now you're in a zone. Like, you pick up a couple things. Now you're like, oh, I'm moving now. Now you get in that momentum where you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to do this and do this. And then you start checking stuff off your list. And then don't you feel good? Like, you feel like, oh shit, okay, I was dreading this, but now I'm just getting stuff done today. So that's kind of the thing too. It's what's happening. Just start somewhere, just a small little bit of effort towards pursuing your goals. And then look what happens. You'll end up picking up momentum, and you're like, wow, now I'm actively wanting to go do this instead of do the other thing. So I'm going to do less and less of the other thing that's maybe not great for me, more of the thing that is good for me. And then before you know it, all you want to do is the thing that's good for you. And the thing that wasn't great for you is a memory, and not something that you're going to be pursuing or going back to. So if this in any way has helped you, please let me know. Like, subscribe if you like. But I hope that this has inspired you just a little bit, and keep pursuing your dreams. Okay, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening.